Have you ever woken up and felt like something inside you has gone quiet? Not just energy or strength, but that deeper spark, the part of you that once reached out in the morning without hesitation. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And what if I told you that a small change tonight could begin to bring that part of you back? I'm Dr. James, and after decades of working with men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, I've discovered something surprising. Not a pill, not a program, just a simple bedtime ritual made of real food that speaks to your body in ways modern medicine often overlooks. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through it. If you're ready to feel more like yourself again, stay with me. You won't want to miss what comes next. 1. Bananas, the quiet giant of male vitality. When I was a boy, I used to watch my grandfather peel a banana every night before heading off to bed. He never said much about it, just sat there in his worn recliner, quietly enjoying that single piece of fruit like it was part of some sacred ritual. At the time, I didn't think twice about it. It was just something he did. But now, after decades of working with older men who come to me tired, discouraged, and quietly wondering if their best days are behind them, I understand exactly what my grandfather knew all along. Bananas, simple as they may seem, hold within them a quiet power that too many overlook. They are more than just a fruit. They are a message to your body that you're still here, still strong, and still capable of deep, lasting change. The secret lies in tryptophan, a natural amino acid that your body uses to produce serotonin, the very same chemical that lifts your mood, calms your nervous system, and lays the groundwork for desire. And serotonin is not the end of the story. It's also the raw material for melatonin, the hormone your body uses to fall into deep, healing sleep. And here's why that matters. Most of your testosterone, the very fuel of male strength and intimacy, is produced while you sleep, not while you work, not while you eat, but when your body is still, recovering, rebuilding. That single banana can be the gentle trigger that helps your system do exactly what it was designed to do. I once worked with a retired postman named Walter, 68 years old, who came to me frustrated by low energy and a lack of intimacy in his marriage. He was considering testosterone injections instead. I encouraged him to add one small change, a banana, every night, just that. 2 weeks later, he returned with a quiet smile on his face and said, "Doc, I feel like myself again." His confidence returned, his mornings changed, and his sense of hope came back. That's the beauty of food working in harmony with the body, not forcing it into results, but guiding it gently. Bananas also contain vitamin B6, which supports the enzymes your body needs to convert cholesterol into testosterone. No B6, no foundation for the hormone your body relies on. And then there's bromelain, known to support blood flow and improve reproductive health, quietly working in the background to restore what time may have tried to take. Add in manganese, which supports a healthy prostate and reduces inflammation. And you're not just eating a snack, you're making a nightly investment in strength, clarity, and desire. This is not magic, it's not a miracle cure, but it is nature's way of whispering to your system that it's safe to restore, safe to rebuild, and safe to feel strong again. The men who try it often laugh at first. "Just a banana?" they say. But a few weeks later, that laughter turns into something else. Confidence, stillness, a quiet kind of pride, because deep down, they remember who they are. And this is only the beginning, because the next ingredient, one with a golden glow and a royal history, does more than support your body. It helps awaken your soul, and you won't believe how simple it is to begin. If you're still watching and this message speaks to something inside you, leave a number 1 in the comments. Let me know you're ready. Let's take this journey together. 1 evening habit at a time. 2. Saffron, the golden spark that stirs desire. When most men hear the word saffron, they think of something expensive sitting untouched in the spice rack. I used to think the same, just a fancy ingredient for paella or rice. But that changed when I met Leonard, a quiet 72-year-old widower who had just started dating again after losing his wife of 4 decades. He sat across from me, his voice low, eyes unsure. "Doc, I feel numb, like my body forgot how to respond." We adjusted his diet, helped him rest better, but what made the real difference was one simple change. I asked him to stir a small pinch of saffron into warm water with honey before bed. That was it. 3 weeks later, Leonard returned, calmer and smiling. "I feel alive again," he said, and science supports what he felt. Saffron isn't just a luxury spice. It's been used for centuries in traditional medicine to support energy, mood, and, yes, intimacy. Clinical studies now confirm it. In men over 40, saffron has been shown to improve erection quality, desire, and satisfaction, not by forcing the body, but by helping it remember its rhythm. Its active compounds like crocin help calm anxiety and reduce low mood, which are often silent barriers to healthy performance. And it goes deeper. Saffron also supports blood vessel health, helping improve circulation where it matters most. Think of it as keeping the roads clear for traffic to flow. When those vessels are relaxed and healthy, the body responds naturally. In one study, men who took saffron for just 10 days saw noticeable improvements in function. No side effects, no pressure, just quiet restoration. What touched me most was what Leonard said next. "It's not just physical. I feel lighter. I catch myself smiling for no reason." That spark, that sense of playfulness and closeness we sometimes lose with age, was coming back. Not because of a pill, but because his system was gently waking up again. And that's what saffron can do. It doesn't push, it supports, and it brings you home to yourself. Now that your spark is returning, it's time to help your body follow. Let's move to the next ingredient. It may already be sitting in your kitchen drawer, waiting to surprise you. 3. Ceylon cinnamon, the gentle force behind better flow. For most of my life, I thought of cinnamon as nothing more than something my grandmother used in warm milk or on toast. It was sweet, comforting, familiar. I can still remember those evenings in her kitchen, the scent drifting through the air as she stirred it gently, like she was tending to something sacred. At the time, I thought she was just helping me sleep. What I didn't realize was that she was giving me a kind of medicine, a natural healer. And now, all these years later, I understand just how powerful that simple spice can be, especially for men who feel like their body is slowing down. But here's the thing most people don't know. The cinnamon we see on most store shelves, the inexpensive kind, is called cassia. It's not harmful in small amounts, but it's not the one you want if you're trying to restore blood flow and energy. The kind that holds the magic is called Ceylon cinnamon, sometimes labeled as true cinnamon, and for men over 60, this gentle spice can be a game changer. I remember a man named Raymond, a 74-year-old retired trucker who walked into my office with tired eyes and a quiet frustration. He wasn't angry, he was just worn down. High blood pressure, rising blood sugar, and a relationship that had quietly lost its spark. He said to me, "Doc, I'm not trying to feel 20 again. I just want to feel like I still matter." We made a few simple changes. One of them was Ceylon cinnamon. He added it to his nighttime routine, sometimes stirred into herbal tea, sometimes sprinkled over fruit or yogurt. Just a quarter teaspoon. That was it. 2 weeks later, Raymond said he felt a bit more energized in the mornings. A month after that, he looked at me with a grin and said, "It's working. Not like when I was young, but strong, steady, real." And what's happening inside the body explains why. Ceylon cinnamon supports healthy circulation by calming inflammation and helping blood vessels become more flexible and responsive. When your arteries are stiff or narrowed, blood can't move freely, and that means problems where it matters most. But when the blood flows again, everything begins to change. Another hidden benefit is its impact on blood sugar. Many men in their 60s and 70s experience insulin resistance without even realizing it. And even mild blood sugar imbalance can damage the inner lining of your blood vessels, the very part responsible for releasing nitric oxide. That's the compound that helps blood flow into the penis during arousal. No nitric oxide, no response, but Ceylon cinnamon helps keep those blood sugar levels in check. Study after study shows it lowers fasting glucose and improves insulin sensitivity, which helps protect the entire vascular system. What I find most moving isn't just the science, it's the stories. Men who thought they were past their prime, quietly waking up to something they hadn't felt in years, not because of a pill, but because their body was finally being supported in a natural, steady way. And Ceylon cinnamon is easy to add to your life. You don't need a prescription, you just need consistency. When you begin to feel stronger, more responsive, more alive, you carry yourself differently, you speak with more clarity, you look at your partner with warmth instead of distance. That quiet heaviness begins to lift. And in its place comes something we sometimes forget how much we need: confidence. Now, if Ceylon cinnamon is what keeps the blood moving with strength and ease, the next ingredient is the one that helps heal and protect everything from the inside out. It's golden, it's sweet, and it holds more power than most people realize. Let's talk about it. If you're still here and feeling inspired to continue, type the number 1 in the comments so I know you're walking this journey with me. Let's keep going. What comes next might surprise you. 4. Raw honey, the sweet key to stronger testosterone. There's something almost sacred about raw honey. The way it glows in the light, thick and slow as it drips from the spoon. The smell, earthy and sweet, always seems to carry memories with it. For me, it's my mother's soft voice on cold nights, telling me to take just 1 spoonful. Back then, honey was comfort, it was warmth. But today, I see it through different eyes. In my work helping older men reconnect with their strength, their clarity, and their sense of self, raw honey has revealed itself to be more than a sweet indulgence. It's nature's quiet remedy, patiently waiting to restore what time and stress may have dulled. You see, raw honey in its purest form is packed with enzymes, minerals, antioxidants, and nutrients that do more than taste good. They speak directly to the male system. I remember meeting a man named Clarence, a 69-year-old retired firefighter who walked into my office with shoulders still broad, but a spirit that felt dimmed. "I just feel flat," he said, like someone unplugged me. His energy was low, his sleep was broken, and intimacy had become a source of quiet sadness. He thought it was just age catching up to him. But I saw something different. I saw a man whose body was waiting for the right kind of support. We cleaned up a few habits, added light movement, and gave his evenings some structure. But one of the most powerful changes was also the simplest. I asked him to take 1 teaspoon of raw, unprocessed honey before bed. He looked at me with doubt, as if I had missed the seriousness of what he was going through. But he agreed 3 weeks later. He came back with a light in his eyes. "You were right about the honey," he said. "I feel like myself again." What Clarence experienced wasn't just coincidence. Raw honey helps create the inner conditions where testosterone can rise naturally. It contains boron, a trace mineral that plays an important role in regulating male hormones. Studies show that regular intake of raw honey can increase serum testosterone, especially when combined with good sleep and blood sugar stability. That's another hidden gift. Raw honey, despite being sweet, actually helps balance blood sugar when used in moderation. It feeds the liver gently and supports metabolic function, which in turn helps clear out excess estrogen, letting testosterone do its job. But perhaps the most profound impact of raw honey is on blood flow. It helps raise nitric oxide levels, the same compound responsible for relaxing blood vessels and allowing healthy circulation during arousal. Without nitric oxide, the system simply can't respond. Honey restores that rhythm, and beyond performance, it repairs. The antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties found in raw honey help heal the inner lining of blood vessels damaged by years of stress, poor sleep, or simply carrying too much weight for too long. I've seen men like Clarence, who thought their best days were behind them, discover a second win from something as humble as honey. Not a miracle, not a magic fix, just consistent, gentle nourishment from nature. The only catch? It must be raw. The clear, processed honey in plastic bottles has been stripped of its life-giving qualities. You want real, living honey. Just a teaspoon is enough? No more, no less. And now, imagine what happens when that honey joins hands with the other ingredients we've discussed. Banana for brain chemistry, saffron for desire, cinnamon for blood flow, and raw honey to tie it all together. This isn't theory, it's food with purpose. And tonight, I want to show you exactly how to bring it all into one simple nightly habit. Something you can begin right away. Stay with me. The steps are easier than you think. So to 5. How to combine them. A nightly ritual to reclaim your strength. By now, you've seen what each of these ingredients can do. A banana to nourish your brain and nervous system. Saffron to awaken desire and calm the mind. Ceylon cinnamon to open your blood vessels. Raw honey to support testosterone and restore circulation. But the real magic happens when you bring them together. Not as random parts, but as a nightly ritual. This isn't just about nutrition. It's about sending a message to your body that you still care, that you're ready to rebuild, that you're not done yet. The best part is, this routine is simple. No special skills, no complicated tools, no pressure, just a few minutes of your time, offered with intention. So here's how you do it. Start with one ripe banana, not too firm, not mushy, something easy to mash. Peel it and place it in a small bowl. Then take a fork and slowly press it down until it becomes soft and smooth. Take your time. Let this part ground you, slow you down, shift your pace. Next, add a small pinch of saffron threads or about a 1/4 teaspoon if using saffron powder. Stir it in gently. This is your natural mood support, your signal to your system that rest and intimacy can return. Now sprinkle in a 1/4 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon. Let the scent rise as you stir. It's a scent that feels ancient, like something handed down through generations. A reminder that strength is not new. It's remembered, finally. Drizzle 1 teaspoon of raw organic honey across the top. Watch it move slowly, warmly. This is your sweet support, your inner fuel, your natural vessel healer. Once it's all mixed together, find a quiet place and eat slowly. No TV, no phone, no distractions, just presence. This is not a task to check off. It's a moment to reclaim. Treat it the way you would treat a gentle conversation with someone you love, with attention, with patience. When you're finished, don't rush to do dishes or scroll through news. Let your body shift naturally into rest. If you like, sip a warm cup of caffeine-free herbal tea or simply sit in stillness. Let the lights be soft. Breathe slowly. Then ease into bed, knowing your body has been given what it needs. And as you drift off, remember that real change happens here. While you sleep, these ingredients begin to work. They rebuild tissue, they restore blood flow, they support hormones, they help you wake up not just rested, but reconnected. I've watched men follow this practice for just 1 week and come back to me with something different in their voice. More clarity, more calm, more spark. Sometimes it's not even about what happens in the bedroom. It's about standing taller, feeling present again. One man, Walter, told me his wife reached across the breakfast table, touched his wrist, and whispered, "You're more like you." That moment meant everything to him. This routine is small, but it carries real power. Not because it's complicated, but because it's consistent. In a noisy world full of quick fixes, sometimes the most lasting changes come from the quiet things. So tonight, take this step not as a treatment, but as an offering to yourself, a reminder that you still have more life to live. And in the final part, let me speak to something even deeper than food or sleep. Let me remind you of the one truth you may have forgotten. You're still in there. You always have been. Let's talk about that. 6. You're not done yet. This is where your second chapter begins. If you're still here with me, I want to speak to you now, not as an expert, not as a guide, but as another man who knows what it's like to feel overlooked in a world that moves too fast to remember where real strength lives. There comes a point in life when people stop asking about your dreams, stop expecting much from you, and in subtle ways, treat you as if you've already given the best you had to offer. It's easy to internalize that, to quietly accept it, to shrink into the background. But I'm here to remind you of something you may have forgotten. You are not done. You are not finished. You are just getting started in a new way. What we've talked about today isn't flashy. It's not a miracle. It's not about being young again. It's about being fully alive now. 4 simple ingredients, each with a role to play. Banana to feed your mind and nervous system. Saffron to rekindle your spark. Ceylon cinnamon to open your blood vessels and clear the path. And raw honey to restore your hormones and bring balance to your system. These are not magic tricks. They are nature's quiet tools, working in harmony with the rhythms already inside you. And when you bring them together into one small act each night, you do something deeper than just nourish your body. You send a message to yourself. You say, I still matter. I still choose to care. I still want to feel love, strength, and presence in my life. That's no small thing. That's everything. I've seen men walk into my office with shoulders slumped and eyes tired. Men like Richard, a retired mechanic in his early 70s, who told me he felt like he had faded, like the world had moved on without him. He started this nightly routine not out of desperation, but out of a quiet hope. 10 days later, he came back standing taller. He didn't tell me the snack changed his life. He told me it helped him remember how to live again. That's the shift, not just physical, but emotional, spiritual. When we begin to care for ourselves again, we start showing up differently. We eat better, we sleep deeper, we look others in the eye again. And in that, we rediscover the man we've always been. Will a banana and a few spices fix everything overnight? Of course not, but done with presence, with consistency, and with belief. It will move something inside you. It will reconnect you with your body, with your strength, with your desire. Give it 10 nights, prepare the snack, eat slowly, let it settle in, and pay attention. Your mornings may feel brighter, your thoughts clearer, your energy more rooted. You may even notice the quiet return of something you didn't expect, yourself. Because your story is still being written, your strength is still present, your purpose is still unfolding. And tonight, you get to choose how the next chapter begins. Start with this one act of care. Everything else can grow from there. You've spent a lifetime showing up for others. Now it's time to show up for yourself. That choice isn't selfish. It's strength. It's wisdom. It's the quiet power of a man who still believes in his own fire. You are not too old. You are not fading. You are just beginning again. If this message touched something in you, tap like, hit subscribe, and drop a simple "still here" in the comments. Someone out there needs your voice. And in the next video, I'll show you how to carry this momentum into your mornings with clarity, energy, and purpose. Keep going. You've got this.